Welcome to Kerbal Space Program. So we currently have N1 Kerbin who is stranded on Mun. There he is down there. We sent Jebediah up to save him and Jebediah died. So we had a slight miscalculation there. So it's time to go get it. We're going to go do a rescue mission. So let's get building a ship which can do this. Now the problem is we're kind of on too low a tech to really do this well, and that's kind of what went wrong. We didn't really have the tech to actually do this, or at least I didn't plan enough fuel on my vessel. So my thinking is this time we're going to take an unmanned vessel up. This hopefully means we can rescue our guy without risking anyone else's life, so we won't have another Jebediah. Now the good thing is we did unlock fuel pumps thanks to the science that my little man on the Mun was able to transmit back before he got stranded there. So we do have the ability to kind of add a lot of extra fuel to this thing that we wouldn't have been able to do before. So it's a real kind of figuring out how we're going to do this. I'm kind of thinking we should overdo it and go for a very nice big lander that will really be able to land and take off without any trouble. Let me think. We need... And this is really the thing. How much propulsion do we need? I kind of imagine it something like that. Put these up higher, actually. Is that overdoing it? Do we even need these? We could put that on, alright? It's a pretty good engine. Good for landings. It's probably got, let's see. It's almost half the mass. What's it got for thrust? 50, 120. Oof. Okay, we do have a lot more thrust in there. I'm kind of thinking one of these, right? Take these out for now. So yeah, we'll bring these back down again. So I'm thinking, are these like that? What we again could do would be to put some big engines on here. Like that. I don't know if that's stupid. Maybe we should actually go with the big tanks. We're making quite a big cumbersome lander on this. That would probably work quite well for landing gear. But what if we're coming down and we've actually jettisoned everything else? We need to land on something, so that would be our landing. We need to be able to get ladders out, which would go on here. We'll need to take a lot of science and things like that. Let's just chuck on some of the basics right now, because we do want to get a lot of science. We did manage to transmit a bunch back, but I want to be able to collect a lot more than that. And we'll stick a little transmitter on the top there. Good. Let's see, we need some batteries. Let's see, let's put on, I guess, yeah, something like that will be enough. We've got the solar panels up there, but we'll make a couple of backup solar panels down here. That looks quite good. We probably should get a couple of struts to kind of hold this whole thing together. Good. So we need to also bring science equipment. We don't want to bring too much, but we want to bring more than enough to do this. Like, we could go with 4 pods, so like that seems like an awfully big waste. Unfortunately, we can't only put like 2 of them on, which is a pain in the bum. So we could fit one under the capsule here, something like that. Be better to have more than one though. But this might just be the best way to do it. I don't know. Is it the best way to do it? I don't think it is. I'm going to I'm going to do it. I'm just going to slap them on here. I'm going to put on one of them. I'm overdoing this completely and utterly. Now we also need some parachutes to be able to return this, or what's left of this vessel. We probably should stick a separator in here. Good thing about a separator here is that we could actually push this capsule around with my little Kerbal if we need to. So that means we should be able to break off that. I guess it's out. Oh yes, and we need to link up. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, we could have gone with a asparagus fuel staging type of thing, but I don't think that would work because it would make us pretty unbalanced. Be way more efficient though. More chance of us landing safely, but I would need to reset up all these actually, yeah, okay, that would work. Because what we can actually do is put them on in pairs, which means we can put on just 2 science pods as well. So, for instance, we have that. We would then stick on a couple of big ones again. We would stick on that. You know what? That might work as well. That's an interesting idea. We might be at half the amount of engines on this thing too. So if we put them on like this, right? We could actually land on that. Now if we bring these around, so they're matching pair, but then we actually take those off. We should have enough thrust in that to land. We can jettison these fuel tanks when we want to. This means we can actually bring 2 science pods rather than 4. This could work very nicely. That means we can bring 2 goos. I've still forgot to put the parachutes on. Kind of important. Let's see about moving the science equipment out of the way. Just temporarily. Actually, yeah, let's attach them to the probe here. I think our guy might be able to grab the data. We'll see. Okay, yeah, that works. That does work. I like that. I like that design actually. So we need to figure out the staging. So this is going to come down. Now we can do a kind of asparagus thing down here too. Oh, one more thing actually. Yeah, we need a couple of reaction wheels just to make sure this thing's maneuverable in space. And we're not missing any science stuff there, are we? We've got it all. Yep, seems perfect. Okay, so we don't have any special like nuclear engines or anything yet. You know, yeah. We do want to have. Do we want a mothership? Do we want a vessel this thing actually comes back to? If we did, we'd need a docking port, which would go under here. We would then have probably something quite efficient. Stick on a. Now we do have an issue here. Is like if we're going to do this, where we're going to have the probe that actually controls this, we're going to need to. Because we don't have any good inline. This is all the pods we have, so we need to have a bit of a weird setup where we actually have the probe off to the side, like this. Only want one of them though. What we could also do is just have a spare goo, and well, yeah, we could have goo as well, but we can stick on here, and this just gives us a little bit extra thing to play with. It's a bit of an odd setup, but that should work. So we've got a docking port on there. That means that we're actually able to dock on easy. So this will be kind of our, this is basically our mothership. We can come back and dock with it, and we could either refuel or this thing could bring us back home. So we'll put some some solar panels on the probe, and we'll stick one over here just so we've got that side covered as well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to separate this into pairs down here. We are going to go with, we've got main sails. Yeah, let's think. Can we go with, say, 2 main sails? And then here we go with, is this a bad idea? We go with the main sail, and then booster section. Oops. Right, now I totally forgot to figure out the asparagus setup here. So we need to have fuel coming out into these, and then fuel going in from these to these. That means we have asparagus basically set up there. Just need to get the staging correct. Then here we will have these going into here, and these going into here. We will need to add on probably a couple of reaction wheels, because this thing's gonna be heavy in space. But I like that a lot. That to me seems like quite a good setup. Oh, batteries. Let's just add a couple in there. Probably doesn't want to go on. There we go. Okay. So let's think. We've got the main sails just to give us that big extra push. A couple of big boosters with a lot of fuel in them just to basically add a little bit extra thrust, and when the main sails basically suck all their fuel dry, they'll be jettisoned. We've got parachutes on the probe. It should hopefully have enough fuel to land, pick up our guy, and head back up. At that point it then docks with the mothership. It doesn't have a docking port. That's the problem. Shoot. Where the hell do we fit a docking port on this? Ah, crumbs. Things getting complicated. Okay, what I'm thinking is a weird ass setup, basically. I'm thinking we need to do it over here where there's no, we need to reposition this docking port, not docking port, fuel port, just so it's getting the heck out of the way. What's with my camera? It feels a bit, there we go, that's better. Right, so we could put this here and just crazily attach a docking port there. It is going to be the most pain in the ass thing to dock to, but at least it's there. We can do something with it. Right, so that's good. We'll need to get some structural supports for this piece of junk, because this thing is just, this is what happens when you don't have right tech to do this kind of stuff. Let's reposition that. Stop giving me, hey, cheeky bugger, go back up there. I want you up here. See, you work. You were complaining a lot and you worked. Okay, let's get this thing straight up. We want this to be as tough as we possibly can make it without, like, you know, completely destroying it. And okay, there's not really any struts supporting this, so I'll get in close. And we will secure this up. And secure this. Right, now we need to get, let's call it Unmanned Rescue. And let's save that. Okay, so we need to figure out the staging and get everything correct. So this is correct, this is correct, 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 Correct. So the only one we're missing is this one. This one should be down there too, because all the fuel's getting pumped into that center engine. We then have those braking, that's correct, but we need to separate the other two into a separate stage. That's correct. Then we got one separator which is for the spaceship, that's up there. That separates. We then fire up those two engines. We should also fire up the other one. So those, all three of them come online. We then separate the fuel tanks, correct. We then need to break them away from the other one, so then we separate those engines. We have a parachute and a separator as the next. That is correct. We'll separate out the separator. Okay. This crazy ass contraption should hopefully be able to go and save our man. Now before we do anything, let's just make sure we haven't, you know what, we could do that. We could bring along a few extra boosters just to help with initial propulsion. So let's just get on some boosters. Alright. So we need to secure these on. So we're going to need to go around and do this on all of them. And then we're going to need to fix the staging for them. Okay. I heard that go down. The hell? What? Let's see if we can get, yeah, here we go. Okay. Right. Boosters. Good. Wait a minute, no. something's wrong. We've got that one. Yeah, the last two need to be taken out. Okay, save that. There should be no crewmen because we put in the pod first. Oh, Bell, how the heck am I going to put how am I going to rescue someone when you're already in the craft? Come on, Bell. Get the hell out. Jeez. Can you believe it? I bet I'll try and sneak back in there later as well. Crazy Bell.